All right, Six Nations is just around the corner. And, everyone's wondering, can Ireland do it again?
Yeah, it's a big question, isn't it?
Can they make history with a three-peat? No team's done it since the tournament expanded back in
Right.
2000.
Absolutely huge.
So to get a better sense of what's going on, we've got this great piece from Sky Sports. They actually interviewed the captain, Caelan Doris.
Ah, the man himself.
Yeah, so let's dive into this. I'm really curious what he has to say.
Well, one thing that really jumped out at me, you'd think with the bookies having Ireland as the favorites, Doris would be, all confident and boastful.
Yeah.
But he's surprisingly cautious.
Oh, really?
He even says something like, it's awareness that if we don't keep improving, someone else will take the reins. Like almost a warning.
That's interesting. You don't often hear that kind of humility from, a captain of a team that's on top of the world.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's almost like a deliberate strategy to keep everyone grounded, manage the expectations.
That makes a lot of sense, especially with all the pressure of going for a three-peat. I mean, back-to-back wins are one thing, but 3 in a row, that's a whole other level.
Absolutely. The pressure cooker is on high for sure.
And it doesn't sound like he's just paying lip service to this idea either. In the article, he says, from the very first meeting yesterday, it's about our evolution and about improving.
Yeah, I saw that. He's all about continuous improvement, not dwelling on past wins.
Right, very forward-looking. But, okay, let's be real for a sec. Their first match is against England.
Oh, yeah. Talk about a challenge right out of the gate.
And just a reminder for everyone, England, they haven't won a Six Nations championship since 2003. Just one.
Wow. Yeah, that's right. I mean, you can bet they'll be coming in with something to prove.
Big time. They're going to want to take down the champ.
For sure. This is going to be a baptism by fire for Ireland, no question.
So we've got Ireland aiming for this historic win.
Yep.
We've got their captain trying to keep everyone's feet on the ground. And we've got a rival team looking to, reclaim their past glory.
100%. It's going to be epic. But hold on, there's another twist in this whole story.
Oh, what's that?
Well, Andy Farrell, their head coach, he's off leading the British and Irish Lions tour.
Oh, that's right. I completely forgot about that.
So Simon Easterby, he's stepping in as the interim coach.
Oh, wow. Okay, so a new leader at the helm, too. This is getting interesting.
Yeah, and this actually happened right after the Autumn Nations series. So, it's not like this is brand new for the team.
That's a good point. So they've had a bit of time to adjust to Easterby taking charge.
Exactly. And he was a defense coach before, so he's a familiar face.
Yeah.
But, stepping into the top spot is a whole different ballgame.
Absolutely. It makes you wonder how this is all going to play out with everything else that's going on.
Right. It's a lot to handle.
High stakes, new leadership, and a target on their backs.
Yeah. But from what I've read, Doris is actually quite positive about Easterby.
Oh, really? So no signs of panic or anything?
Not at all. He seems to have a lot of faith in Easterby's leadership. He talks about the respect Easterby has from the players, his dedication to them, and the improvements he's brought to the defense.
Well, that's good to hear. It sounds like there's a solid foundation of trust there, which is, I guess, pretty important.
For sure. And here's where things get even more interesting.
Okay, I'm all ears.
So Doris seems to believe that filling the void left by Farrell, it won't be down to any single person.
Oh.
He even compares it to, when Johnny Sexton stepped down, the best Irish fly half, arguably, of all time.
Yeah.
He seems to think the team has this way of adapting and evolving, even when they lose key figures.
So it's not just about Easterby stepping up, it's more of a shared responsibility across the whole team.
Exactly. It's a really interesting dynamic. And it brings us to a crucial question.
Okay, hit me.
This shared leadership thing, it seems to have worked for them before, but can it handle the pressure of going for a historic three-peat?
Yeah, that's a great question. It's one thing to adapt, it's another to adapt while trying to make history. The pressure is immense.
For sure.
It really makes you wonder how the players are going to deal with that.
Right. But let's dig into what Doris says about Easterby a bit more.
Sounds good to me. Okay, so we're talking about Simon Easterby and Doris being super positive about him taking over. What is it about him that makes Doris so confident?
One thing Doris really emphasizes is Easterby's, insane attention to detail.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he spends one-on-one time with every single player.
Wow.
Try and really understand their strengths and weaknesses. That kind of individual focus, it builds trust, it builds confidence.
Totally. It shows he cares, not just, barking orders from on high.
Exactly. And don't forget, Easterby's been the defense coach for a while now. Doris actually points to how much the defense has improved under Easterby as a sign of his leadership.
So it's not just talk. He's actually got a proven track record of, making things happen.
Exactly. And it kind of ties back to what we were saying before about the team being adaptable. It's not like they're bringing in some random outsider.
Yeah, me too.
Easterby's already part of the team. But, let's be real. The Six Nations, it's a pressure cooker.
Oh, absolutely.
Every match is a battle. Even with this strong leadership and a tight team, what are some of the hurdles they might face trying to get this three-peat?
Yeah, good question.
I mean, first up, that opening match against England, we've got to remember what we said earlier.
Oh, yeah, they'll be out for blood.
England, they're desperate to prove themselves after, well, a pretty lackluster few years.
They're like a wounded lion, ready to pounce.
Totally. And what better way to make a statement than to take down the reigning champion?
Right.
And we all know what England-Ireland clashes are like, right? Anything can happen.
Oh, yeah.
All bets are off. Form goes out the window. It's just pure grit and determination.
It's like a gladiatorial contest.
Yes.
Titans clashing. Man, I can't wait to see how that unfolds.
Me neither. But beyond England, there are other teams, waiting in the wings. France, for example.
Oh, yeah, France. They're looking strong.
They're just bursting with young talent, hungry for victory. They've been steadily improving. They're a real threat this year.
Yeah, France has been getting closer and closer. I wouldn't be surprised if they, finally break through this year.
Right. And we can't count out Wales and Scotland either.
Oh, for sure.
It might not be the favorites, but they can definitely, pull off an upset or two.
Totally. That's the beauty of the Six Nations. It's unpredictable. Every match is a nail-biter. Keeps you on the edge of your seat.
Absolutely. So we've got this team, right, aiming for this historic three-peat. They've got a new leader at the helm, and they've got a whole bunch of fierce competitors all gunning for them. But you know what I find really interesting about all of this?
What's that?
It's the mental side of it all.
Oh, yeah, the psychology of it all.
The pressure of chasing history, facing down all these challenges.
Totally. Can you imagine?
I mean, everyone's watching you, analyzing every move. Every pundit has an opinion. How do you stay focused? How do you stay hungry and motivated under that kind of pressure?
It's got to be tough.
It's like walking a tightrope, right?
Mm-hmm.
You need that self-belief, but you also need to stay grounded, avoid complacency. And I think that's where Doris's cautiousness comes in.
Yeah. It's like he's setting the tone, trying to prevent that overconfidence from creeping in.
Exactly. And it goes back to that shared leadership model we talked about.
Yeah.
It's not just on one person to carry all that weight. It's distributed. Everyone steps up.
So it's about this collective mindset, this shared responsibility to, manage the pressure, deal with whatever comes their way.
Exactly. And that's what I think makes this Irish team so fascinating. It's not just about individual talent. It's about them operating as a unit, like a well-oiled machine.
A force multiplier. I'm starting to see why you're so drawn to this team. It's not just about the rugby. It's the human element, the leadership, the psychology of performance.
Absolutely. And with all these things going on, it's impossible to predict how it's all going to play out.
Yeah.
That's why the Six Nations is so captivating.
Yeah, for sure. It feels like we're on the edge of something special,
Yeah.
A moment in history. And the best part is we get to watch it all unfold in real time.
That's right. And as you're watching, keep an eye out for those little things, the unspoken pressures, the moments of doubt, the moments of pure determination.
Yeah, because this isn't just a rugby tournament. It's a human drama playing out on this huge stage.
Exactly. And Ireland's right in the spotlight. Can they handle the pressure? Can they thrive under this new leadership? Can they overcome all the challenges?
Man, so many questions. Big questions. I have a feeling we're going to get some answers in the coming weeks. But, there's one more thing I kind of want to touch on.
Oh, that's that.
It's about this idea of legacy. What will people remember this team for? I mean, we're talking about this three-peat, this historic moment. But what if they don't do it? What if they fall short? Are they still considered, a great team?
That's a really interesting question. I think sometimes, we get caught up in the whole chasing records thing, and we forget that, sometimes the journey is just as important as the destination.
That's a good point. And when you look at this Irish team, they've already accomplished so much. 2 championships in a row. They're consistently ranked near the top. And their style of play, it's admired by, fans all over the world.
Exactly. And they're going through this pretty significant change in leadership while they're doing all this.
Right.
So regardless of what happens in this tournament, the way they adapt and evolve under Easterby, I think, really speaks volumes about their resilience and character.
Yeah, it's like we're seeing a new chapter in Irish rugby being written right in front of us.
And that's what makes it so exciting. We don't know how it's going to end,
Hmm.
but we know it's going to be a story worth telling.
I like that. So for everyone listening, as you watch Ireland battle it out in the Six Nations, try to remember that it's not just about the wins and losses. It's about the spirit they bring, how they handle the tough times, the legacy they leave behind, both on and off the field.
And who knows, maybe this isn't about a three-peat at all.
Maybe not.
Maybe it's something bigger.
Ah,
Something more profound. Maybe this is about, a team redefining what it means to be great, no matter what the scoreboard says.
that's a really interesting way to think about it. It's not about the destination, it's about the journey. It's not about the trophies, it's about the legacy.
Exactly. And I have a feeling no matter what happens in the next few weeks, we're going to be talking about this Irish team for years to come. They're not just playing rugby, they're writing a story.
And we all get to be a part of it just by watching, listening, experiencing this incredible drama, the passion, the skill of the Six Nations.
Buckle up, enjoy the ride. Who knows where this journey will take us?
Couldn't have said it better myself. Thanks for joining us, everyone. We'll see you next time for another deep dive.